Hey guys, Lemon02, back for cube number 3. So we went 2-1 with red deck wins, a very kind of medium version of red deck wins, and 3-0 with probably even a more marginal white weenie deck. I think we just got some lucky matchups, and we played okay-ish. Okay. Well, what do we think here? Mishra's Workshop is an interesting first pick. Trinket Mage is strong as well. Thoughtseize is a card that I could just see going in almost any deck. And if the Tendrils wheels, maybe we could play that. Could just take a fetch land, but Windswept Heath. It's kind of a marginal one. Simic Signet, I would not blame anyone on. Tendrils, I think, is too speculative. Hellrider is not a bad first pick, because there's not any other red cards in this pack that would lean anyone into that deck. We could do that. Or we could take Thoughtseize, which is just like a good, neutral, kind of unbiased card. And I think for now I like taking Thoughtseize. We could also just go like Hi-Ho Silver and take Tendrils, which is just like the fun way to go. I'm going to take Thoughtseize here. Okay. So pack 2. I don't know. This pack also does not lend itself to like really any given archetype. I mean, if I had taken the Hellrider pack 1 pick 1, I would have taken the Eidolon of the Great Revel here. I think I'm just gonna take a Tropical Island here and go into like a bug based mana base. And we could wheel Eternal Witness, Damnation, Elves of Deep Shadow. Harpy to Spring is the combo card, but I think to keep open, Tropical Island's the correct pick there. Okay, so Urborg is interesting to me. So is Blooming Marsh, and I think I'm going to take Blooming Marsh to stay in like kind of still a neutral posture for like a bug-based mana base. All right, Inquisition's good. Marsh Flats, if we get more fixing, is not bad. Hissing Quagmire would be good for a rock mana base, but it's slow land. Gristlebrand is one of the strongest, big dudes. It's probably with it and Emrakul of the Aeon's Torn are the two best big dudes to cheat into play. I think here I'm going to take Inquisition and hope to wield the Hissing Quagmire or the Marsh Flats. A lot of land in this pack. Okay, Umajau's Jit is a very powerful card. Mesmeric Fiend is also not bad. I don't mind a Hostage Taker. Riftwing also okay-ish. Mesmeric Fiend is good against the unfair decks as well as all his discard. Umajau's Jit is just kind of like a fair card that we could take. But in mid-range, I don't think it tends to shine. I think it tends to shine in like the aggro-based decks. But I do think it and Greenstone Zenith are the two most powerful cards in this pack. Hostage Taker is also just not bad. Alright, guys. I'm going to take Jit because I just think the upside on it is just so high that it's not... I can't not take it. Bayou's very good. Chupacabra is painfully fair. It's too bad it's almost impossible to build Escape Shift because I think Search would be good in that deck. It's a good 100-card deck or Highlander deck, which is kind of why I probably enjoy playing this format. Ravenous Troop just feels way too fair to me. Spire Bluff Canal also... I mean, it could be Taiga. If I take Taiga, can I build Storm? I have 2 discard spells. We can see what wheels. Alright, I'm going to take it and just see what wheels. Alright, Kiora, meh. Well, Red Deck Wins is open again. Kiora is pretty meh. How does this card work again? This is basically a fog effect right on one thing. Kiora is, well, fair. It is a Planeswalker. Nykthos, no. Living Death is a cool card, but I think it's kind of getting outdated. Hero's Downfall is not bad. I'm going to take Kiora here and just try her out. She is a Planeswalker, which means recurring value. Windswept Heath can fix all my colors. Alright, there's Tendrils of Agony in this pack. I mean, are we doing it? Or are we doing it? Tendrils came around. Oh, all right. We're doing it. It's that sort of cube. We're going to try to do it. There are some cards we could wheel. We're not going to wheel of Fortune, which is unfortunate. It's a draw 7. And I did debate taking it just in case the Tendrils came around, but I wouldn't have had the red fix on Taiga to play it, but I could have worried about that problem later because the card's upside is so high. There was a Heartbeat of Spring, which would have been good. We passed upon a Brainstorm, which is fine in a Storm deck. It's not great, but it's just almost a free draw card. I mean, it's 1 mana. The cool thing about this deck so far is that the mana is good enough that if, or so far the mana is good enough and it's in the right colors. It's basically 4-color non-white Storm, which, at least in the last iteration of the Vintage Cube, I tended to find was the best version of it. There's a High Tide version too, but I don't care for that version as much. I think it's kind of marginal. And we can see what comes around in these packs. We didn't really give up on much to take Tendrils there. Kiora is not a great card. Umezawa's shit was a little speculative. I just think the upside on the card was so high over everything else that's in that pack that it was probably worth taking. Well, there's Eternal Witness and there's Heartbeat of Spring. I think Heartbeat of Spring is the way this deck wants to go. And now it's really just, we're forcing Storm. We're not forcing Storm. Storm's open. Heartbeat of Spring is a Storm card. Tendrils, probably the second best Storm win con. Alright, this pack does not really lend itself to Storm. So Rexage or Dark Depths can't be in this cube. I don't think it would be, so I'll take Rexage here. Again, not a great set of cards, but Gristlebrand is the card that if I can cheat stuff into play, I will. Mana Confluence, great. Desperate Ritual, yeah, sure. Massacre Worm, sideboard. Alright, so we know what we're in now. We're in some sort of cheaty face deck. We're either going to be storming or we're going to be cheating a Gristlebrand into play to win with that. We have some decent discards, so we should be able to kind of get around counter magic. We have the ability to make big mana. What we need now is the best of card draw. Gristlebrand's not horrible card draw, but he's kind of slow if we're just hard casting him off like a Heartbeat in a bunch of Anthem effects. Alright, so this pack. Really not that great for Storm. Sadly enough, the pickup's probably just a Faithless Looting. I don't think it's a Signet. If we were to go back to the fair deck, what would we take? Tireless Tracker? Kind of marginal. I think I'm going to take a Faithless Looting here. And maybe we'll wheel Young Pyromancer. It's a fine card, and Storm is like an alternate win con. But Faithless Looting could also go in like a Reanimator style deck, so it could be like Reanimator Storm. Another option is Oath, if we can find an Oath, because our mana is pretty decent. We don't have any fetch lands. But if we pick up like one fetch land that can fetch all 3 of our lands, the mana becomes a lot better. Arcane Artisan, not a card I'm a huge fan of. I probably do like Frantic Search. Frantic Search or Snapcaster Mage. Frantic Search has a higher likelihood of wheeling. With Heartbeat of Spring, though, the value on Frantic Search goes up a lot. But what are we wheeling out of this pack if we don't take it? Sylvan Library? Maybe? I think I'm going to take Frantic Search over Snapcaster, though, because like the Oath plan is pretty live if we hit it to just run a one Gristlebrand. Because we can't actually cast Gristlebrand. I mean, we have decent mana with like Heartbeat, Frantic Search, Desperate Ritual. Like we have a ways to make a lot of mana pretty easily. So it could be like a Burning Oath deck if we can get the Oath. And sorry if my imagination kind of goes like sideways, forwards, and backwards all at one time. I'm just trying to think of how we can make this deck work best. Imperial Seal, Gitaxian Probe. What has the highest likelihood of wheeling? I also don't mind Blackleaf Cliffs. That would be a good card to wheel. I think here it's probably Gitaxian Probe. And then we need to get the land of the Imperial Seal back. Yeah. I don't think a lot of other folks are playing combo. Gristlebrand did come around. I wouldn't be surprised if the Emrakul came around. I would like to pick up an Oath. And I do tend to think it's pretty fair to assume Oath will be a late pickup in these drafts. Alright, so this pack's not great. It's Copperline Gorge or Seething Song. I think the chances of Seething Song coming around are higher than Copperline Gorge, so I'm going to take it here. Okay. There's Badlands, which is good. Shallow Grave, which is it can be a combo with Gristlebrand. So if we pick up the Verdant Catacombs, it gets Bayou, it gets Taiga, and it gets Tropical Island. Yeah, I can't forego that, guys. I also don't mind Baral. Alright, this is going to be a pretty easy impulse, I think. Yeah. Well, Blossom's also not terrible in Storm. Daze, marginal. Experimental Frenzy's kind of cool, but I don't know how well supported it is in this deck right now. There's Reanimate, so if we want to get Gristlebrand in the yard, we could do that. There's Pyretic Ritual, which I think is what I'm going to take here, even though red mana does not seem to be a primary color in this deck. We could wheel Chart a Course. We could take Chart a Course. Hope to wheel Reanimate, or take Reanimate, hope to wheel... Now, I'm going to take the Pyretic Ritual. We're going all in on this Storm-themed deck. We do need to hit Yawgmoth's Will. We do need to probably hit a draw 7. Our mana is not horrible, but right now our ritual effects are focused on red, which is not great. I would not be shocked if we get back the Seething Song just based on what's wheeled so far. Okie doke. There's Search for Azcanta, which is okay-ish. It does build up Graveyard. There's also Orzhov's Signet, which again is okay-ish, but one of the colors is not on color. I'm going to take Search here. Okay, this is the same pack. Thousand Year Storm. I mean, eek. I'm going to take Thousand Year Storm, I guess, and put it in the sideboard. There's the Emrakul. So I'm going to take Emrakul just in case Oath is in the third pack. Imp Seal should be in this next pack if it did not get taken. I'm kind of hoping it is, because I do not have any tutor effects yet, and that's, you generally want like 1 to 2 of those, probably 2. What do we have for card right? Frantic Search, which is, it's card disadvantage, but it is card selection. We have our Faithless Looting, and then Impulse, and then Search to kind of help filter draw. But we did forego a Wheel of Fortune, which is a card that this deck would significantly want. I don't know if I'm going to play Gristlebrand right now. I picked up the Emrakul kind of for the same reason. If I can go into an Oath plan, both Gristlebrand and Emrakul are very worthy Oath targets. They're the two best. They're the two best creatures, like singularly that end games, I think, in Cube. We don't have a ton of fast mana either. There's the Imp Seal. We were pretty sure it would come around. Mirari's Wake, one of the few cards that I think are in white that actually Storm wants, but I'm not going to try to splash 5 colors. Although my mana base could probably support it. I mean, we have 2 red fixing lands. We have a fetch land that gets all 3 of my non-basics, or all 3 of my ABUR non-basics. What do I want here? Bizarre Baghdad. I'm not going to play anything else in this, so I'll take Bizarre. Gonti? Maybe. Sure. Makeshift Mannequin is a way to reanimate Gristlebrand. Courser of Krufix. If I got like Fast Bond, I could see playing that, possibly. It does keep you alive for a long while. So this deck is not looking too stellar. You're probably going to see my first 1-2. I do think this deck may have 1 win in it, but right now I'm not too hopeful. Seething Song of Note did not come around, which is interesting to me. That could just mean that someone has like a big red deck and they want to get an Inferno Titan down easily. But I don't think anyone else is on Storm. Alright, there's Channel, which is a very powerful card. But I don't think what this deck's trying to do. I mean, although we do have an Emrakul. I mean, take Channel, wheel Sneak Attack. I think Sneak Attack has a higher likelihood of wheeling. I mean, can I really say no to Channel plus Emrakul? I need to pick up like every tutor I can get. Or it's Botanical Sanctum or Sneak Attack. Sneak Attack. I'm going to take Channel here. I'm going to take Dark Ritual. Repeal will be a decent wheel out of this pack. Oath of Druid is another card I kind of want for this deck. But I've already said that. I don't know if I'll find it. Mind's Desire is also not horrendous. I mean, what else would it be out of this pack? Baleful Strix, not bad, but also not great if I want to try to go to the Oath plan, and I think Oath is still possibly floating around. So I'll pick up Mind's Desire. It's not something I really want to start, but I am at 23 with 7 lands, so like I'm short on playables right now. I may not have a ton of choice. Yawgmoth's Will very easily here. That is one of the cards we will want to play in this deck. Wouldn't mind picking up a Cabal Ritual if that's still around. Okie doke. Mana Flare? Also interesting. Harmonize, probably too much mana. Grim Monolith is very powerful. I think Grim Monolith has less likelihood of wheeling than Mana Flare, so I'm going to take the Grim Monolith here. It's just a ton of mana. It's not color fixing. It'd be awesome if the Pentad Prism also wheeled. Show and Tell or Demonic Tutor. I think Demonic Tutor is a better fit for this deck than Show and Tell is. So I'm going to take it. Alright, High Tide, no thanks. Mystical Tutor is cheap. Confined Channel. Confined Yawgmoth's Will, Confined Frantic Search. I think it is the right card here for us, so we'll take it. Vampiric Tutor. Alright, well, we're getting a lot of tutor effects. It'd be very nice if we could get, we don't have fast mana. That's kind of one of the problems, but we do have Heartbeat of Spring, and I think we'll wheel Mana Flare. Cabal Ritual, probably not going to see anymore. I think this may be the last, or maybe like 1 or 2 packs left that we're going to get to see new cards in. I would like a Cabal Ritual for this deck. This deck can churn out cards. Now, Oath, I think, is gone. I think someone picked it up, which is kind of odd to me because I don't think of Oath as being... I feel like Oath is always one of those cards that, if you want to get it, you can get it. And I kind of did want it. Sneak Attack may come around as well. But I'm pretty low on playables, so I would not mind getting that card. We could try to play Thousand Year Storm, but it just seems so bad. 6 mana. You have to get to 6 mana, play it, and then, pass them the turn and hope that you don't die and then get to, do a bunch of nonsense in the following turn. Alright, well, Sneak Attack, yeah, get in there, you. So we may even get Show and Tell, and I'll play Show and Tell in this deck. I'll show in a Sneak Attack or an Emrakul or something. Progenitus or Cast Down or Clasm. I don't think I need a Progenitus. I think I'm going to take Clasm just as a sideboard option. Yeah, I think that's better. Alright, Strix. We're not getting Oath, so Strix is a playable. Palinchron is interesting. And I'll play it if I don't get enough playables, because I am at, 30? Alright, Putrid Imp. Well, I'm not reanimating, so I'll take it, whatever. Show and Tell or Through the Breach. Which is better here? Through the Breach is pretty good. Alright, Show and Tell, High Tide. So we're 31 with -7. We have a playable deck. We have a deck that does a lot of degenerate things, but is really an A plus B deck. So if you watch my previous videos, we played Red Deck Wins, we played White Weenie. And those are the 2 decks that we really don't want to face. I think this deck can beat Counter Magic, although it does display a lot of card disadvantage. One thing we may want to do is just play a Mind's Desire in this deck. Our mana is great, though. So if we had basics right now, let's just take a look at what this did. So 1 forest, so we have plenty of green sources. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green sources. So turn 2 channel is actually a reality. And if we have the fetch, we can Tropical Island, or if we have the Vamp, we can Bayou off of Verdant or Blooming Marsh, etc. There's a lot of ways to set up turn 1 channel if we do end up having it here. This is 16 lander, which I think is probably okay due to the amount of we have Gitaxian Probe, we have Ritual, we have Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual. Looking back at it, actually it may have been smarter to actually have taken the Through the Breach as opposed to the Show and Tell. I don't know. But this deck's got a lot of cool stuff going on. It's a Sneak and Show Burning Oath, essentially. It's Sneak and Show Oath, or Sneak and Show Storm. No Oath. We did not pick that up. Do I want the mana, or the Monolith? What does that allow me to do? I guess it allows me to get Sneak Attack down a turn earlier. I'm at 16 lands. If I cut it, I could put 1 more land in. I think I'm going to leave it, but I'm not positive on that. Yeah, we're going to play this as is, 16 lands. I think this deck it's interesting. I probably should, actually, let's cancel this. What I probably should do is Snipping Tool this deck, because you can't go back and look at your deck while you're playing, and this deck is a little more convoluted than most, and I may want to have a look at my deck while I'm playing. Alright, so, we got that. Let's play. Just in case I do want to go back and take a look at it, because I think there's a chance I will. And I'm going to go to a quick pause, guys, and refill my coffee, and we'll be back momentarily with this cool Storm deck. Alrighty, guys, we are back. I think I will take the play with this deck. Yeah, this hand's acceptable. I'm going to keep this. It's not great, it's not bad, but it has a Faithless Looting to kind of find blue mana. Grim Monolith on turn 2. We have Show and Tell, which could be great or it could be a bad one. So we're going to have Faithless Looting here. Alright, I think we're going to discard these two and say go. Now, if we draw to blue mana, I think we're in a good spot. I'll probably Imperial Seal next turn for one of my win cons, if that's the case. Okay, Fire Drink Satyr. Let's see what's going on over there. Okay, go ahead. So we're going to get, if they drew into land, we're going to get Avalanche Rider next turn. Alright, rough. Alright, so we're going to get Avalanche Rider if they drew a mountain in the last 2 draw steps. If they did not, I think I'm going to Imperial Seal for Gristlebrand here and hope they did not hit a mountain. And go. If they did, sucks. But if they did not, okay. And they may have mercy on me and just leave the... Alright, they're going to pump. Awesome. Alright, so... What have you got? Jackal Pup? Sweet. Totally cool, bro. Show and Tell. They can blow up my land here. I don't care. Because I think Gristlebrand's going to be near impossible for them to beat with Fire Blast. They have Fire Blast in hand. So I suppose that is a thing. And I'm certainly not going to draw here and allow them to kill me with Fire Blast. That would be bad. Now I have to pay for this or just sack it. And now I can block the Jackal Pup if they attack in with it. I feel like just attacking with Gristlebrand is just good enough against Red Deck wins. They may just concede here. I won't block the Fire Drink Satyr because if they attack, pump it once, and then play on a land. Yeah, there we go. Gristlebrand's just good enough. And that's kind of one of the ideas of the deck. It can win 2 different ways. So we definitely want to win with the creatures. The Gristlebrand, specifically. And I feel like we have a pretty high probability of doing that. You can also just channel turn 2. What do I change, guys? Like, I don't think I change much. I mean, Jit is sweet against Red Deck wins. Pyroclasm, maybe? Pyroclasm maybe be better than, like, Grim Monolith, which is a protective spell. Because they probably have a bunch of little dudes. But you know what? I think I just resub it and see more of their deck. Clasm could be right. You know, actually, I kind of like that. I'm going to cut this, add in Clasm, and sub. Grim Monolith is kind of like one of the most outlying cards in my deck. I'm just not as happy with. I mean, it could be a Mind's Desire, but if I'm playing Mind's Desire, I actually almost want Grim Monolith at that point. And I could go Putrid Imp in the Makeshift Mannequin kind of combo, but that's not good. I could be Palinchron. Palinchron off Sneak Attack is a lot of mana. It's actually very easy to get infinite mana with that, especially if you have Heartbeat of Spring. Oddly enough, one thing I did not know during the draft, I did not get Mana Flare back around, but someone else took Seething Song, so it's possible that I don't know why someone else would want that. They could have just sniped it. It's certainly not a High Tide Storm deck. Rex Sage could be good if they have Sulfuric Vortex, but we haven't seen that out of them, so I'm not going to assume it. Kiora, well, prevents damage, but she doesn't stay alive very long against Red Deck wins. Just like prevents basically one attack step and then they kill it. I guess it prevents an attack step and probably sucks down a burn spell. I like how that played out, though. I mean, Show and Tell and Gristlebrand and just win the game. We did get lucky though. I'm gonna give us that. I mean, we basically had to fade 2 draw steps for any mountain land, any land really, because any land would have meant Avalanche Riders into not casting a spell for 2 turns into probably dying. Yeah, it would have, because they would have had Fire Blast available at that point, which is 4 additional damage. And I would have been relying on drawing 1, 2, 3, 4 of in my deck. Because I don't have a large blue requirement in the deck. All my blue spells are single. Oh, I didn't even notice their avatar. Obviously, they were in the deck that their avatar best represents. This hand's not good enough. This is a mull. Well, I don't think it gets better at 5, so I'm going to keep this. And we're going to hope very much so to hit into... Alright, not this. So this is going to the bottom. We basically have a Scry plus 2 draw steps here. Because I have a Demonic Tutor and I have a Dark Ritual, so if I hit any black-producing lands, I should be in okay shape. Alright, so let's take a look. Because I'd ideally prefer to go with, like, what have you got? Alright, so they are very heavily... blue-red. Let's look at this again. So is this Expansion Explosion? What does this do? Okay. Well, I'm going to refer to my little handy side chart here. What can I DT for? I unfortunately don't have fast mana. If I did, that would make this hand a lot easier. I really don't want them to expansion or mana leak my DT. So I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to say go. I'm going to say go to them. I could have cast there, but I'm not going to. I don't want them to cast my Demonic Tutor. So they can expansion. This is target player, right? All right, so I got to let them go. If they tap out for a Mole Drifter, I'm good with that. All right, so... All right, just going to do nothing. Go. They don't have me under pressure like they did last game. They can throw Burn at my face if they want. But whenever they tap for something, they're going to assume some significant risk, rather. They could copy the Imperial Seal. Do I care about that? Puts me down to 16, which means me dead to a Bolt. What does this card do again? Alright. Show me the preview panel, please, Moto. This is a new card. Alright, where is the preview panel? Alright, Expansion Explosion. Why is that showing up as multiple cards? Okay. I think here... I'm going to attempt to cast this and see what they do. They could mana leak it. Or they could Expansion Explosion it. Okay. Okay. And I think here we're going to end up doing is going for a green-based land. And then what we can do is DT for another green-based land on the following turn. Okay. They're going to try to leak this. Probably just get a Bayou here, I think. Or actually, Blooming Marsh probably makes the most sense. Or actually, you know what I like is Tropical Island. I am at 16 here, though, which means I can die to any burn. Now, if I try to just slam a Mole Drifter, I can probably win the game next turn. Just slam a Drifter. That's rough. But they are tapped out on the following turn. Well, tap out. Or don't. Okay, Mole Drifter. They are evoking it, though. They've used their expansion explosion up, though, so I should start nixing some of these cards. Alright, that's bad for us. So if I cast Channel, I take 2. But it's losing utility over time. I don't think they have Counter Magic in hand. I can Impulse to find Show and Tell. Let's go ahead and have a look at their hand. I'm going to take damage off this. Yep, I got it. Stinks. And I'm going to Impulse hoping to find Sneak Attack or Show and Tell. And then hit into Red Land if it's or Sneak. And then Show would allow me to put Emrakul into play. Alright, what does this get for him? Nothing great, I don't think. Yeah, no, Mana Leak. But they can put a 4/4 into play next turn. They lose their Ruby. It's whatever. So we know they have a 4/4. So I basically am going on 10, 8, 6. Menace plus 2/2. I'm probably dead. Oh, what is this? Oh. I guess he's talking about selling his collection. Cool. Sorry, brother. In the middle of a game. Can't talk at the moment. Alright, so they likely just play out their 4/4 just to clock me. I think that's what I would do, unless they have a counter spell they draw on for the turn. They're going to get no value off of it, but I think, because yeah, they can't cast Explosion. So I think they just try to cast it out. Let's draw a counter. If they drew a counter, I guess they don't. Okay, Collective Defiance. Okay. Alright, so how can I win this from this position? Can I? I'm at 7 life. Show and Tell would still probably do it. Huh. Yep, that's going to trigger. Alright, red mana off of the Verdant Catacombs getting Taiga. Alright, this is this dude. Buying back the collective or Defiance, which also kills me. So this... Oh, actually, it doesn't kill me, right? So they can blow up the Baleful Strix. Or... I don't think they can actually... Can they escalate this? They can escalate it, I just die this turn. So what needs to happen here is... I take 3... Alright, they can't escalate it, so I'm just dead. Alright, that's dead. So what I was thinking is, like, if they couldn't escalate it, and I wasn't sure if they could off of being recast, then I'm going to go to dead. But what I had to do is Heartbeat, take 2, I'd be at 1. No, it wouldn't work, so I'd still have to fetch into Taiga, and then with Heartbeat in play, win the game. Alright, so is there anything else I want to try here? No, I think I just resub on this. This is going to be a tougher matchup because they do have counter magic and they do have a lot of clocks. They have fast clocks. But my deck can ostensibly win on turn 2. I mean, if it gets an Emrakul down off of Channel on turn 2, it's pretty strong. That last hand was speculative, and I know that. I don't think it was worth going to 5. But had we drawn, a little more mana, and again, the LD was actually pretty crucial there, because if I'd had that extra land drop, I could have DT'd and drawn into it. Or I'm sorry, Imperial Seal and drawn into it. But really just, some green mana behind. Well, the deck does have a decent selection of green mana. And closer to winning than, you would think. Because, if we do get an Emrakul attack off on that board, I guess they're still up a threat, and I'm still dead. And Emrakul would not have killed them. Alright, so... Oof. This is real close, guys. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Alright, this is better. This is a better hand. Alright, so turn 1 Vamp for what? Emrakul? Grim doesn't scare me. Just play out the island this next turn. See what we draw into here. Okay, Trop. Yep, easy blocks. Shrine, cool. Are they telling me they have mana leak? Okay, evoking this thing. Cool. I think we just 15 them here. So how this is going to work, we're going to show and tell in the sneak attack. And then send Emrakul at them. If they have a metal misstep, that could get me here. Or if they have... Yeah, it's just Emrakul. Play around days. Alright, you got me. But if we draw red mana next turn, we can probably still get them. And they just pitched. So I'm cool to see that. You're going to play something out? Could play out the Avalanche Riders again. That would be annoying, because that would take me off red mana. Try to cast this out. Maybe they counter it. They have mana leak. It looks like they do. Unfortunate. Yep, they had it. Yep, you got me. Well, Force of Will into mana leak is unfortunate for us. But what can you do? Sometimes it happens. And if we're very fortunate, maybe we'll get lucky here. Alright, Goblin Rabble Master. That's a fast clock. Maybe we'll get lucky and hit channel. We're going to go down to 16 here. And then we have 15. I guess we can cast it off the remainder of our mana, though. Yeek. Alright, well, here you go, my man. Had pretty optimal here, though. Force of Will into mana leak. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay, Thing in the Ice. Kind of a nombo with Rabs. And now I don't know if I can actually channel anymore, because I'm taking 6 this turn down to 10. Yeah, probably not. Third Fleet Daredevil. What do they cast here? Maybe Vampiric Tutor? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do not think I'm able to win at this point. I think I've lost the game effectively. I still think I had to go for it there, despite them having a pretty obvious mana leak. I guess I could have waited, but then they would have just waited till I drew into land and played Rabble Master out regardless. And I could have waited till what? Draw into discard. All right, let's see what we can find here with Impulse. Well, there's Frantic Search and Channel. Channel would have been good a while ago, but it's not going to do it here, so I think we have to Frantic Search. At a minimum, okay, this needs to get discarded. I think I'm just dead next turn, right? And good game. Unfortunate way to lose. Force of Will does that, though. That is one of the things, you can't really... I don't think I could have played this much better. I guess I could have waited to play around Mana Leak if they had it. But the thing is with counter spells is, you play around them too long, you're just going to lose anyways. I'm quite dead here, yeah. So what was my next card? Gristlebrand? Okay. Well, we had outs there, but we did not, get them, unfortunately. We can always hopefully go, like I said, I think this is probably still a 1-2 deck, but we can always go 2-1 with it in an ideal world. Fast clocks and counter magic, aggro control tends to be pretty good against just pure combo decks, kind of like the one I'm playing. Unless we get our nut draws. We didn't really hit our nut, but we definitely had some pretty strong ones. I'm on the draw. I think I'm going to take a mulligan on this one. Yep, you too, my man. We'll wish our opponent good luck. Alrighty, or lady, I'm sorry. This is a mull. Hand's much better. What are we going to DT for? I don't know yet. We'll see how it plays out. Now, if we have like a show and tell on top, probably just an island. I'm going to bottom that. Well, no, I'm going to top that because I want blue mana. At some point. I don't need it immediately. But I may just actually get down and search for his content to see what combo I can get into first. We've got a talkative opponent here. Thanks, it's been rough. Well, that's cube sometimes. Alright, this thing, go. They have a turn 2 Rofellos. That would be disconcerting, to say the least. Don't play Rofellos one time. Alright, Wall of Roots is acceptable. That I can deal with. I'm going to see what we can find here. Just get a search for his Kanta down. They're up to 4 mana now. Red-green, huh? Well, hopefully not something that blows up my lands. Alright, that's fine. That's a fast clock, but... Do I? Actually, I don't know. Gonna find Emrakul and just send them back into the Shadow Realms here. That's what we're gonna try to do. Alright, that's cool. They have not played a land yet, so they can be left with 1 permanent, which could be a Pelucranos, maybe. We'll see. Is a 5/5 enough, though? With an active sneak attack, I feel pretty good about that. Okay. But they're going to take 15. I'm going to take 5 here and have to like it. Their question becomes, can I deal with their board if they just leave Pelucranos in play? This is going to be a big no, sir. No. Alright, get their board. And they can choose to try to raise me with an active search for his Kanta, given it's not going to be flipping anytime soon. And search does not find creatures very well, but it can find tutors. They're going to save Pelucranos to try to clock me out, which I think makes sense. Don't know if it's going to work, but we shall see. Alrighty, well, what do you got? 3-turn clock is what they have. Yes, I do. Wham. Alright, well, it worked out that time. Sideboarding against green-red. Well, I think we should have a pretty good matchup against green-red because we are mono-unfair, and green-red tends to be mono-fair. So, we'll see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Show and tell, Demonic Tutor, channel, keep. I wish this on the play. I may get to channel. That'd be sweet. Best draw on the deck is just drawing one of my beasts. Okay, yep, just go. Not going to Gitaxian Probe right now. I don't think they have a lot of counter magic. I don't think they have any counter magic. I don't think they have a lot of disruption. And I'll play a Swamp next turn or an Island. Alright, if they're just saying go and playing a Mana Dork or something, feel pretty good about that. Oh, Sneak Attack? Oh, really? Yikes. Okay, so here, I'm just going to play the Island. I'm going to go for a Demonic Tutor, find the Emrakul, because I'm going to be able to take an extra turn next turn. The chances that they have burn are pretty low. They're probably going to do something productive with their next turn. They're going to be at 4 mana, so ideally they don't blow up my green source here. Yeah. The hope is they don't have like Avalanche Riders or something like that, because they're going to be up to 4 mana. Hopefully they just play like a Planeswalker or something mono fair, and I resolve an Emrakul and get a Time Walk turn, and then have a Show and Tell and Sneak Attack still in hand. They may be hoping for too much. We'll see. Like, I have actually never in Vintage Cube, resolved an Emrakul off of Channel, which is very disappointing for me because I've always wanted to. And I think I'm going to get to do it here because I'm going to go down to 19, resolve this thing, have 4 life left, and have a Time Walk turn and have them on 0 perms, which feels like it's pretty unbeatable. Alright. Well. Channel. Oh, this feels so bad. Oh, God. I'll go to 14. Good game, man. Yeah. Yeah, really. I hate doing this to people because I know how much I despise when people have this. It's just like, God, this is miserable. But you got to play the cards, right? Emrakul. Yeah. All right. So, we're at least going to go 1-2. Let's see if we can play like another mid-range deck, because this deck appears to be pretty good against mid-range. I don't think this deck's horrible that we're playing. It's got some game. It's got some cool stuff going on in it, but it's certainly not the best cube deck I've ever played. Yeah. So, Demonic Tutor for Show and Tell or Sneak Attack. Let's play it by ear. We're going to keep this, though. Probably Show. We'll see what they're playing. Forest. I'm feeling a Show. Play the non-wastelandable land. Play out Mountain next turn. Demonic Tutor for Show and Tell. Are they doing nothing? Part of me really wants to Thoughtseize here, but I think I'm just supposed to DT for the Show. Faux Show. Yep. I guess another part of me could have gone for Sneak Attack and just not used it next turn. How bad could this go? We're going to find out. Show and Tell is a risky card. Alright, T-Don. I don't think T-Don outraces Griselbrand. I mean, realistically, they want to blow up my lands, but they really can't because they can't race that. I don't think they can race a Griselbrand regardless. I think it's going to be very challenging unless they have a kill spell for it. Yeah, so what do I do? Blow up 2 of my lands and 1 of their own? They may do that. I think old Griselbrand's going to be very difficult to race, though. Alright, they just blew up 2 lands of mine. Okay. Yep, any order. I'm not going to draw here, so I don't have any fast mana in my deck, so there's no point to taking the damage. I could double block the Terastodon, the nasty Terasti. Next turn, we're just going to go for probably an attack, draw 7, Thoughtseize, maybe not even draw 7, because I can't cast the Baleful Strix to block the Terastodon effectively. But they're in some trouble here. I mean, if they swing with the T-Don, I can take 9, go down to 10, and then I have a pretty good counterattack on the backswing. Or if they're going to play cards before they attack, I mean, I may block. We'll see what they do. I mean, if I just chump for 2 turns and they take 14 of lifelink, I think it's going to be very tough. Now, if they have a go for the throat, that's like the worst case scenario. But even then, I'm drawing 7. I go down to 12, so I just turn off auto yields. And I have 2 chumps in play, and I'll probably hit a blue source. I have Baleful Strix. I can resolve the Grim Monolith at a minimum next turn, and then on the following turn, Baleful Strix can block the Terastodon that does not have trample of note very successfully. Yeah, they're just done. Yeah, that's what this deck does. I mean, it's like I was saying, like, if you're going to show and tell something in, like, I think it really has to be Gristlebrand or Emrakul. If you're going to sneak attack something in, like, the best ones to do are Gristlebrand or Emrakul. Like, I don't feel very comfortable, like, sneak attacking. Well, I don't feel comfortable show and telling anything but those 2 in. And then, like, if you are going to be doing it, like, it's like, you know, if you're the opposing side, like, you're worried about, like, Phantasmal Images, Banisher Priests, Oblivion Rings, like, there's a lot of just random stuff, Palace Jailers. There's a lot of random stuff, like, especially in white, that you need to be worried about when you're doing the show and tell plan. But when I saw green, I'm like, yeah, they probably can have a bigger dude, like a Woodfall Primus, or like a Terastodon, but like, how bad is that? Like, I still have a 7/7 life-linking flyer that draws me 7 cards a turn and keeps me life neutral. And if it's Terastodon, I'm probably going to have some blockers to chump it for like 2 to 3 turns. So it's not really that bad. You know, and they couldn't give me 9 power because I would have just blocked it. So basically just free wins. Alright, Gristlebrand and a bunch of red mana. So, this hand is significantly worse. However, we do have 3 tutors in the deck. If we draw any blue cards, those are all going to be dead. But if we draw any tutor, like a Vamp or anything like that, we can... If we draw a Vamp on turn 1, like, whew, then we just turn to show and or sneak and show the thing in. I'm going to keep this very speculatively, because I just want to see more of their deck, actually, of all things. And I don't really care if I lose that much, guys. Like, I kind of want to have some fun, and I want to see what this hand can do. So I'm speculating on it. Do they have turn 1 discard? That would be bad for me. Alright, nothing. Turn 1, nothing. Alright, Mystical Tutor, well... Alright, just black mana, go. So if I draw any blue lands now, then Mystical Tutor can get Demonic Tutor, which can get Sneak and Show, or Sneak Attack, rather. Which is pretty strong with Gristlebrand, you know, if I don't say so myself. Alright, no Rofellos. One time, no Rofellos. Just like Wall of Roots. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, whatever. Totally cool. Alright, Tendrils? Well, that's not good. Alright, go. Tendrils is a bad black card to draw, but this deck can Tendrils. I mean, it does have a Tendrils kill. And actually, it's not horrendously set up to make that work. Or at least do a lot of damage with it. And bide a lot of time. It could do like the first 6 or 7, or 6 or 8 damage with it. And then like get in with Gristlebrand off a sneak attack if we ever get a blue mana. Or if we hit a tutor. Alright, they're going to fetch here. They did not draw off of Sylvan Library. Which kind of actually hope they do. Yeah, whatever. That's cool. Make mana. Alright, so cool. They're just going to play a fun of Shaman out. So that means that their dude is going to be mana neutral. Alright. Go ahead, my friend. So I'm thinking here. So I go for... I can't do it all next turn, unfortunately. It's just not all doable. I can Mystical, but I'm Mysticaling for what here? Pourquoi? I didn't bring in Pyroclasm. The issue is, like, I can Ritual, and that's 3... down 2, up 3. So at 4 mana, it makes 4 mana off 2 cards, which means that DT is not going to do it. Alright, so they pump this dude, make 4 mana, Garruk. Alright, they can pump that duder, or they can make a 3-3. My guess would be they're probably going to untap 2 and then use Fauna Shaman to find something. Alright, they're just going to make a dude. I think I'm cool with that. An attack with this thing, cool. Well, here's another question. Can I storm them out next turn? Let's take a look. So if I get Yawgmoth's Will, no, that can't be right. Frantic Search, no. Channel, no. Not an Emrakul in hand. And even if it was, I think I still lose that way. So I think it's got to be DT. They're not going to have hand disruption, but they could very well have enchantment removal. So I am going to go for a sneak attack here, and I'm going to try to storm them out next turn. We are going to attempt to do the Storm Wind Con. Unless we die this turn. Like, we could very well lose all our lands this turn to a Terrastodon if they have it. If they do not, well, we may be able to get there. And even if they do have Terrastodon, they may be loath to blow up 3 of my lands. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they have Terrastodon, they're going to blow up a sneak attack, so like it just doesn't make sense to try to sneak attack here. It really doesn't. If they have it, they have it, and I just lose this game. But if they play like a Pelucranos out, like I could possibly still win next turn. Like I'm hoping that they just play some irrelevant stuff. Alright, they're going to untap. Do they have to Fauna Shaman to get it? No, I feel like we're going to get 8'd. Yeah, they have 8. Just play like something that's not blowing up all my lands. They're going to blow up my lands. This is either that or a Woodfall Primus. Alright, yep, they had it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe they only do 2. If they only do 2, I can still possibly win. Not very likely, but still possible. And they could just blow up. Alright, they're just going to blow up all my lands. That sucks. So we're just losing. Any order. I mean, we still have blocks here, actually, so we're not, like, dead in the water. So we need to make a land drop now. And then we need to draw black mana. Do I need green mana? I'm going to play blue here. And I'm going to say go. Unfortunate. I don't know. I think we chump. Because their Garruk is not pumping them for trample damage this turn. So we probably just chump. And then we have one more draw step. The issue becomes, so like really what do we need to draw? Emrakul? Probably. Like probably to make this work we need to draw Emrakul. Palinchron would have done it as well. Because that'd be 11 in the air. It'd knock out the Garruk. It would dome them for 7. We'd have a complete untap. And then be able to tendrils them if we hit black mana pretty exactly. No, we wouldn't be able to wash the mana. That's the problem we'd run into with that. Well, actually no, we probably could. Yeah, Terrastodon was like the one thing we really couldn't see. Like, if they blew up one land, it's okay, but like Terrastodon just, like, too much ramp. You know, if they blow up another land, I'm just dead in the water. There may be ounce here that I'm not thinking of, but I don't think I have enough mana production to make this work. Alright, they're going to do an untap here. Do they have something that stops me from blocking? If they have that, then, or if they have like a Craterhoof, Craterhoof would also do it. If they have Craterhoof, I'll just concede. 7. Alright, this card's irrelevant. This card does not matter. It is literally, it's blank, in my opinion. So you attack with a T-Don. They may just not attack at all. Alright, channel. Alright, so what we have to do is this. Frantic Search is a card I may be able to draw into, but I can't think of how it would make mana. Because I don't have another way to untap. Yeah, this is unfortunate. So we're going to go for Dark Ritual, or for Desperate Ritual. Into this ritual. Into this. So we have to kill Garrick here. And I also think we need to draw. So can they kill me next turn? They're not going to have, unless they have Woodfall Primus in deck. And if they do that, I'm just dead, right? Because they have the open Fauna Shaman. So I block Avenger, I block Terastodon. And what I die to here... Alright. I still don't have black mana. That's the unfortunate truth about this hand. Yep, Gristlebrand goes to the Way of the Yard. So I need to draw into untapped black mana. Alright, do they have... If they have it, if they're going to show it to me here, I'll just concede if they have it. So I do not have Forcible in this deck. So do you have Woodfall Primus? Or not Woodfall Primus, Craterhoof Behemoth. If they have Craterhoof Behemoth, I just die. But if they had it, they should have gone for it last turn, I think, unless they're short of land. I have to double count their mana. I think they may be short of land. So that was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they would have been short one land if they had it last turn. The issue with this hand is I do not have untapped black mana. So it'd be best if they blew up one of my mana sources, to be honest, because then I can Ritual into Seas, into Tendrils. I still am kind of lacking some aspects that'll make this hand run. Alright, well, how many card types do they have in their yard? They have Artifact 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, and they're producing 8 mana, so they need one more mana source. The likelihood of them finding mana is pretty high. We'll see what they get here. If they're able to cast it, then I'm just going to concede. I don't need double blue. A thing I could find... Yeah, it's this. A thing I could find with this hand is... So they need to draw into land and Emrakul. The chances of that are pretty high, right? But, what are you going to do? They get to take one of my turns. Can they kill me on my turn? Yes, they can, because I have Channel in hand, but I do not have... I don't know if they can kill me, actually. It may be difficult to. Alright, they don't draw. Land? If they don't have land, I think they're 1 mana short of casting the Emrakul, the Promised End. And then I am still alive, because I have 2 draw steps, essentially, off Gitaxian Probe. We'll block the 9/9, block the 5/5, block, the 3/3. Alright, Mana Crypt. Alright, well, this is very castable now. Can they stymie my entire hand? So they get to take one of my turns, and then I take an extra turn after that turn. But not a lot of my hand is castable. Huh. They have to do the math to see if they can actually just attack to kill me here. Because my hand may not actually kill me. And right now I don't have double green to cast Channel to kill myself. And Blooming Marsh does not come into play untapped. I'm pretty sure how it works is Emrakul... I have to reread Emrakul. Actually, I'm positive how it works. You cast it, you get to take one of their turns, and they get another turn after that. And it's going to be hard to blow cards with this hand unless I draw into a green source or a black source. If I draw a black source, I can just kill myself. So Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize myself, Tendrils... Actually, I won't cast Tendrils, though. Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize myself, discard Tendrils probably. Gitaxian Probe on, I guess, them, maybe, just to do more damage, and then, give me the turn back. Okay, so they're getting rid of Ulamog. Okay. I mean, I think you have the win, unless you're just going for the Craterhoof this turn, because you drew into Mana Crypt. I'm curious as to how they played this, because I think if you got the Emrakul, on the turn prior, you just go for it, right? This may be a match where we bring in Klasm because they do have some decent-ish mana dorks, and it would buy us time. Although in general, I don't think this is a terrible matchup. At all, really. Kind of like two ships passing in the night. If they get, their big stuff down first, they'll win. And if I get my big stuff down first, I'll win. So it's kind of, in a way, a race. I don't really care if they cast that thing. That thing's 100% fine. Whatevs. Yeah, if they're just casting a Tyrant out, I feel really good about this game. Oh, goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. If I get this free turn, I will certainly take it. So this thing has trample, right? So I'm just going to do this. Okay, I do think we get Taxian Probe first, a free spell. We're well beyond casting Emrakul. And we just cannot seem to hit the mana we need to hit. So unfortunately, the game is over. We have lost here. And it comes down to just not being able to hit black mana, unfortunately. Blooming Marsh, you sad little bastard, you. But we're quite dead here. I'm going to go ahead and concede this one. We'll go ahead and concede. If we hit black mana, actually we're still short there. We really need to hit black mana off of the first 1, 2, 3, 4 draws that we made that turn. But just did not get there. We want Klasm for this matchup. I don't think it's a horrible idea. It's probably better than Grim Monolith in this deck for this matchup. I'm just going to put it in for now. There are some good cards that it does get, and I think it's probably a worthy inclusion. Palinchron's also kind of interesting off Sneak Attack or Show and Tell, but it's not really the best. It's not at its best here. I don't have enough islands to really make that thing just go crazy with High Tide, which is really the application you want it in. That all said, I do think my high end is much higher. I don't really care for how they played that. I think they would have been better off just getting Emrakul the Promised End down and just trying to waste my turn. Now, given, as we found out, it would not have really done that much against my hand. It would have essentially given me one extra look. So I don't know. I do not know. Heartbeat of Spring is dangerous. That is certainly true. It's not really a card that I want to cast and then leave and play for them to do stuff with. That would be probably bad. But yeah, maybe a little bit unlucky in that game. Actually, yeah, no, pretty unlucky. Because we do have off of the Impulse, but Impulse didn't really matter at that point. It was Faithless Looting, Gitaxian Probe, and Draw Step that I needed to hit a black source. And at that point, we still had 6 in deck. So we had 6 of them available in deck. Mana Confluence plus the 4 Swamps plus the Verdant Catacombs. Because we lost the Bayou, I want to say, earlier. We'd either lost the Bayou or we'd lost the Mana Confluence earlier. We lost one of our black mana sources, but if we'd hit that in the first couple draws there, we could have Tendrils for a significant amount of life, possibly to a lethal extent. It would have at least opened up the options on what we could find with the Impulse. I would love to play first. This hand seems bad. I'm going to mull this. Alright, this hand seems much better. I'm going to top that. And we're probably going to Impulse to see what else we can find off of the Mana Confluence, and then we'll Demonic Tutor based on what we find. We have Frantic Search to kind of, massage our mana situation. But yeah, I think Demonic Tutor makes the most sense post-Impulse, because Impulse should set up one of our, variety of combos, whether it be Show and Tell or Sneak Attack. And we'll also get to see what they're doing, because it may mean, alright, they're going to fetch here, which means they're probably mana-rich. Although I guess there's not a ton of point to saving fetch lands in a red-green black deck. as it were. Okay. Just play out a Sylvan Library again. Survival? Okay. Should do this in response so I can F6. All right, 1 second, guys. I got to do some quick math here. So, if I Pyretic Ritual, I think I can do this all this turn. So, here's what we do. I think if we Pyretic Ritual, let me just double count this. Pyretic Ritual for 3 mana, make blue, Frantic Search, retaining one red, Demonic Tutor, and then channel in an Emrakul, we win. Alright, yeah. So what we do is this. We go Pyretic Ritual. Make a blue, Frantic Search, conserving 1 mana. Get rid of Faithless Looting and probably Imperial Seal. Untap all of this nonsense. Demonic Tutor. Find a channel. And then, my friends, we go down to very little life. Go down to 2 life. But we could take a Time Walk turn and we put them to, well, no permanence in play. Emrakul. Feels fair, man. Feels fair. There we go. So we did go 2-1 with this kind of crazy combo deck. We never got to Storm. We were very close to storming in the second to last game, which we lost because of Terastodon. That was kind of like our go-to win. But in actuality, like just cheating big dumb things into play is a lot easier than storming off, especially when you have like some of the big dumb thing cheat cards like Show and Tell and Sneak Attack. Like they just don't really complement Storm as well. And we really didn't have like the explosive mana, so like you really need like Lion's Eye Diamond to complement with Yawgmoth's Will, like Lotus Petals, Black Lotuses. Stuff like that, to complement. Like, if we had had Lion's Eye Diamond, I think the Storm out to winning with that deck goes up a lot because of Yawgmoth's Will. But we kind of had a good mix of both decks. You saw us lose to kind of like the Arch Nemesis, which was maybe not the Arch Nemesis. Like I think a pure red deck wins would have been better against our deck than the deck that we were facing, the blue red deck. But having good counter magic and early efficient threats, very good against very good against Storm because if someone's just countering spells all day long, they'll eventually run out of counters. And if they're just attacking you, like sometimes you can just do an interactive combo and they can't do anything to stop it. But the good healthy mix of both I think makes it tough. We did go 2-1 with this deck, which means we're still living the dream, going eternal in limit or in cube in vintage cube. So cool. We'll probably get another one in at some point in time. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it there. This is my 3rd cube this evening. So we had a red deck medium that went 2-1. We had a white weenie deck that was actually pretty medium as well, went 3-0. And then this kind of interesting Storm / Show and Tell. Show and Tell / Sneak and Show Storm go 2-1 without ever getting to Storm, unfortunately. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and cut it there, and these are the first 3 cube drafts of the season, and hopefully we will get some more Storm as I was I guess, Freudian slipping into. All right, guys, enjoy, and take care now.